Good evening, YouTube. I'm back here with you, and I've got a handful of cards that have come in the mail. Some of these were auction purchases, some of them buy it now. Um, a couple of these actually had a care package came in from a subscriber that kind of surprised me. I wasn't expecting it, and I had a TTM. So we'll get right into this video here, and I'll go ahead and share you some of the stuff that came in the mail. This right here was an auction win off of eBay. It's Tyler Glassnow. This is from 2022 Tops. If you've watched my last few videos, you've seen a lot of these. This is a miniature card. It is serial numbered to only 25. And even though I've been trying to put together a Cleveland Indians team set of these, Glassnow is, of course, not in the uh, not with Cleveland, but the reason I got this is because I won this for a 99-cent bid plus $1 shipping. And for a serial number card to only 25 in existence, I will take that for $1 plus $1 shipping. That'll be a card that I will be probably reselling. I also picked this up in an auction win. This was also, I got this for I think it was 74 cent starting bid plus something shipping. Anyway, it was like I'm the only one that bid on it. It's my adversario with, it'll be for my Cleveland PC. Ahmed, of course, is common player. The reason I wanted it, this one is numbered to 70. So it is serial numbered. Otherwise, I would have never bid on it since it's, I mean, I'd have had no interest in a base card. Paper-based card like this, but anything serial numbered that low of a Cleveland player, I'm definitely interested in, especially if I can get it for less, shipping and all less than $1.50. This right here was a buy it now purchase off of eBay. This is a common player, Alexander Wells. Got a lot of stuff coming in lately. That's actually from like 2022 Tops baseball. And the reason for that is because I've been doing, I was doing searches for Franmil Reyes variations that I did not have for an upcoming Ultimate Rainbow video that I was doing. And I was looking for base variations because I never have any base cards. And I was also looking for any possible serial numbered variations I did not have. And in doing so, a lot of serial number cards come up from 2022 Tops. Anyway, the reason I picked this up, if you don't notice the difference here, let me show you. Well, I don't have a standard card, base card to show you, but this is from the Ben Baller edition. I don't know if you can see it, but up there at the top, it's got a B underneath the tops, and that's for Ben Baller edition. Standard base, even though this is a pink miniature insert number to 25, you notice how it just says tops right there? Well, that's how the tops base for this year looked, if you're not familiar, but the Topps Ben Baller edition has that little chain hanging down along with a B. That's for the Ben Baller. Even though this is a common player, Alexander Wells, I don't even think he's still in baseball, at least not in the majors, I don't think. But look at that serial number right there. Numbered to only 15 ever made for this particular green refractor. So anything that short print, and I got this for $2 plus $1 shipping, so $3, only 15 ever made. This will be something that I'll probably, it'll be a long term. I don't mind tying up $3 into a long term possible resale, but this is something that I will probably list. Look to resell myself, and look to make a profit off of somebody that collects, either is looking to put together a complete set of the Ben Baller to 15 one day, or more than likely a Orioles fan that collects Orioles stuff just like I do, Cleveland stuff. Also, this right here came in, and I love this card. This is not branded. It's a Panini Donruss product, but this is from 2020 Panini, and it is a nice Casey Mize patch card, and it is serial numbered to 199. It doesn't show up. It's because of that white background. It's not going to show up that well, but it's serial numbered right there on the corner. Casey Mize got off to a great start this year after finally getting healthy, but he's kind of hit the wall recently, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the guy's pitched more innings already than this year than he has at and how many seasons, because of so many arm injuries. So just the fact that he got off to a hot start this year after finally getting healthy is a win. And Detroit is contending, so they're not going to shut him down. If Detroit was out of the playoff hunt, or whatever, they would probably have already shut him down or put him on an innings restriction for the rest of the year, very limited. But Mize is approaching that time range with Detroit now to where he's running out of team controlled seasons. And sometimes when you're contending and you got a young arm that is you're running out of team control, and he's going to be a free agent in a few years, before long. The tendency is well, if he's healthy, ride him for everything you can get out of him because they're trying to win this year. But Mize still has some potential. I hope he doesn't get hurt again because he's really hit the wall lately. It's not been the same since earlier in the year. Also, I had this come in. And that Mize card, actually, I just got that because it was a good deal. Wasn't that expensive, couple of bucks. Plus, it was like that Wells card. I think it was $2 plus 70 some cent shipping on this one. Can't beat it for that. Nice card like that. Here is one that I got that come in. This is for the Indians or Guardians Indians PC. And this one right here, I'll be taking it out of this card saver and putting it into a one touch because it's serial numbered to only 25 in existence. It's Eli Morgan. If you've been watching videos on my channel, you've seen a lot of these variations. Well, this one is an orange variation, orange sapphire variation but it's numbered to 25 and it's from 2022 Tops. But I got this. It was I can't remember. I do know it was like shipping and all. It was less than $5. I sent a best offer to the guy that had it listed, and he took it. So that'll go in my Indians PC. And I just had got a graded SGC graded 9.5 red. Numbered to 5, so now I got the orange numbered to 25. I've got the an autograph version, just of the base card autograph, rookie autograph base, and I've got tons, of course, of like stuff like that's not really that big a deal, like X fractors and crap like that for in my PC. But now these two little lots here, it was two different eBay purchases, and when I was looking at cards, looking for, I'm always going through and looking up certain years of Cleveland Guardians, like for example Jose Ramirez stuff. And a lot of times what happens is if there's nothing available like what I'm looking for, or along with that, if I just type in like Cleveland, do a search and type in like Cleveland Guardians refractors 2022, 2023, 2024, certain cards come up. And the reason I'll do those kind of searches is because a lot of dealers that sell a lot of low end stuff will have sales often, and you can just scroll down through the search results, and I look for guys that are sellers that are having 50% off to 80% off sales, anywhere in there. And I found this one guy, this one right here, and I've already left feedback for him because I had to look it up to see how. This one I actually could not remember if I even got it off eBay or what. This come in a standard envelope with a stamp. Wasn't sure what it was, so I had to get on eBay long enough to figure out if I'd bought it on eBay or something else. It was an eBay purchase. This was one that once I got to it and seen the price and the discount, when I looked at the order details, I remembered exactly. This guy had a get 60% off of the listing price on 4 or more cards. And so I picked out 4 Guardians. They're all 2024 tops last year, tops chrome. One is a pink refractor of Quan. That's Roseanne's favorite Guardian right there. And it is not serial numbered. Then here is a standard base refractor of Quan. Again, not serial numbered, just a refractor, but I think the pink is a whole lot nicer looking than the standard chrome. I love pink refractors. I don't know why. I just think they're cool. They always seem to have a little bit better look to them. But That's me. I also like Prism, which Prism is a little bit more detailed, but they look a lot. Everything, every type of refractor, really, to be honest about it, looks better than a standard. But some years, I actually think that that Topps did a better job on making the regular refractors look really attractive. Right here's a ray wave. This was one of the card ray wave. You see that? That's what they call a ray wave right there. If you don't know, that's swirly background ray wave refractor. And none of these are serial numbered, but nice cards. And this is just a base X-Fractor that I had to tack on something else to finish out the 4 cards to get the 60% off price. And that is Brian Rocchio X-Fractor, which is just a little bit more difficult to pull, maybe just a little bit more value than a standard refractor, depending on the collector. At any rate, by doing that, I was able to get these cards all right here for like 60 cents a piece with that discount based on off of, because I'd never pay a piece what the buyer was asking a piece. But I'm a sucker for Guardian stuff, so that's how I ended up with this. And so anyway, and then I came across this. I love like all-time great sets and stuff, and so I'm a sucker for refractors of guys that are legendary. Dizzy Dean. Ever since I was a little kid, ever since I was like 5, 6 years old, when I got my first baseball books that talked about all-time great players, I've always been fascinated with Dizzy Dean. You know, the career, the story of Dizzy Dean, and even after his playing days when he was a broadcaster, guy's legendary. Anyway, this is a refractor. I think it's from 2023 Topps. I'm not sure what product, but anyway, Dizzy Dean refractor. And this is also an eBay purchase. The same seller got all of these. There was 4 cards, and he actually gave me an extra one. And he sent a note and said that because I purchased the purple, he threw in a base refractor of this other one, this other guy. Sorry, excuse me. But I wanted this. This is where I'm a sucker. The guy had, I think it was $1.50 on this, or something, or a dollar or something. Might have been $1.75, but I wanted that, but I didn't want to pay that much for it. So but I've seen it. But what I noticed was below it, he had a sale, and his sale was like 50% off listed price. So I picked up I tacked that on. And I said, let me see if I could. It was as long as you bought like 4 as well. So I said, let me see what I can find. That maybe he's got, because I was looking to see if he had any others, because anything rare of guys like this, Jackie Robinson, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, whatever, refractors like that, Hank Aaron, I love stuff like that. So I'm looking at what he had. He had no other all-time legends. So I thought, I'm not paying, if I'm going to pay that much for that card, and I can buy basically at 50% off, and everything he had seemed like in that listing was all priced the same. And I was, to me, it's like, if I can buy, before I'll pay a dollar, excuse me, excuse me, before I'll pay $1.50 or to $1.75 for a card like that, if you're having a sale 50% off if I buy 4 more, then I look at it like this. If I buy 2, I get 2 free. So I looked through what he had. This card right here was serial numbered, and I'm a sucker for serial numbered. It's Purple Refractor, Chris Paddock. I think this is from 2021. Yeah, 2021 Topps Chrome. And it's serial numbered on the back to only $2.99. So I figure, hey, that's at least serial numbered short print, purple refractor. I can probably, I was looking for something that I could, down the road, I could throw, maybe at least put in a lot. If I couldn't find something I wanted for my own PC, something I could put in a lot of cards, maybe for a Padres fan, try to sell down the road, and or serial numbered lot, whatever, something that I thought could bring at least, get my money, get my money back or whatever, somewhat on buying for my own PC. And but he really didn't have anything that was worth much more than what he was already asking. But I picked that out, and then I had to pick out 2 more for something free. He really didn't have much I wanted, so I said, let's go for a big name that I could possibly throw in a lot to resell down the road. And so I picked up a Max Scherzer refractor. It's just a regular refractor. This is from 2018 Topps, and Scherzer, there's a lot of people that collect him, so you can't really go wrong if you're looking for a card to fill out a lot like that just to get the overall discount. You can't really go wrong. And then for my own PC, even though this is nothing but a standard refractor, it is also this is from 2020. Picked up a Glaber Torres for the Yankee part of my PC refractor. And the seller sent me a note, a nice little note, and I appreciate it. And I'd already left him great feedback because of it. Because I purchased this that was serial numbered to 299, he threw in a regular refractor of Chris Paddock, same card, just different parallel. Not serial numbered, but just a standard refractor for free. So he gave me a free one, and I appreciate that. You never know when you're going to run across a pretty good seller that'll do something like that on all platforms. Anyway, next up, I had a viewer named Blaine. And I remember, I can't remember, I'm sorry if you're watching this, Blaine, I'm sorry, I can't make out your last name. But he is from Tacoma, Washington. And he had reached out to me in an email. And down at the bottom of all my videos, I always have a link about, like with my email address if anybody wants to contact me. And he emailed me and he said that he saw that I was working on, when I mentioned that I was working on seeing if I could put together a complete set of Topps minis that are serial number 25 from that set that look like the Tyler Glasnow that I showed a bit ago. And he told me, he said, I have something that I'd like to send to you that might could help you for that. And he told me, and he had put in an email, he had a Robert Perez. Now, Perez was, of course, a Guardians catcher, known for his defense, but poor hitter for many years. And he asked me if I cared, if I cared to give him my address, he would send me something to help me out. And I just was like, sure. I replied. I could tell it was not spam because the email address came from legitimate, like I'm talking about, like dot something dot. It was like through his internet provider or something almost, and like a business email. It didn't look like a scam email, but he obviously, I could tell by the video, he obviously watched my email. I could tell he watched my videos. Anyway, he sent me this care package, and I ain't going to show his address, but I'll block out mine, but you can see Seattle, Washington is where it's postmarked, but it says, according to his return address, Tacoma. It looks like, I thought it was Utah because I can't read his writing, and I'm sorry about that. But if you're watching, Blaine, thank you so much. This is going to be nice additions to my Indians Guardians PC. He did send Roberto Perez. I've been saying Roberto Perez. I did not have this. To be honest with you, I did not realize that I needed this for the team set. I had did a search through AI, asking AI what cards did Topps make minis of, numbered to 25, that were Cleveland players in 2022. He was not on the list from AI. So after I got this in the mail today, I went to Trading Card Database, pulled up a list of the set. They actually made a card of every single card in 2022 Topps base set. They made a mini of like this, numbered to 25, that would be randomly inserted in packs or whatever. So at any rate, I found out there's a lot more that I need for that team set than I even realized. So anyway, he sent me this for free, and it's serial number 25 on the back. That is another one down I didn't even know I needed for the team set. And see, like I said, when he sent me the email and I read it, I just thought, well, sure. And I'm thinking, I thought maybe he had the years mixed up, but I thought, if he wants to send me, a card, that's, from the, might be a nice addition to the Indians PC, sure. And he also included this, and this is a nice card as well. It's a full board. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got that little bit of a rainbow reflection in the background. And this is what they call a full board. It reflects a little bit on light, and it is serial numbered on the back to 875. So, Blaine, I want to thank you again so much. That was really nice cards. I really wasn't expecting that. This made me super happy when I opened up my mail and saw this. Thank you so much. And I wanted to mention you in a video. And I really appreciate it so much. And that's both of those are short prints. The other one, 875, that's not a, it's not super rare, but at the same time, that's only 875 exists. But this one right here, number to 25, and to just thank you. I really appreciate that. I know it's a common player and all, but still, there's not that many out there. There, only 25, and it's trying to put together a team set is not that easy. All right, the TTM that I got came in from Metroplex, Minnesota, and it's former Chicago Cub infielder Paul Nosey. Now, I already had that autographed for the 88 top set. What I did is I've got it autographed. He signed a card for me in the mail a few years ago, and what I was trying to do is get one that was signed in blue Sharpie, and that's what I've got, because the one I had from a few years ago he signed for me was in black Sharpie. He signed in blue Sharpie on these, and I wish that was just a little bit better centered, but that will actually, even though it's not perfectly centered, it will take the place of the black Sharpie in my autograph tops project. And I had sent two Donruss cards just because I had them on hand at the time. Had a box of stuff that I got in a collection I bought like at a flea market, and these were in those cards, and I hadn't got rid of them yet. Now those cards are gone now, but before I got rid of them, I pulled these out when I decided to write to him because when I was doing the Tops project, I actually picked up 3 complete sets from card shop over here in Niles, pretty cheap, $5 a set, to have to try to pull out nice centered cards to write to those that did TTM in the set. But anyway, he signed both of these as well, so those will go in my TTMs part of my collection. And that is all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you again, Blaine, for the awesome care package. We'll call it care package. Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you all for watching. Be back again soon with more videos.